All right, let's get going. Running a little behind here. Got distracted by some emails. Let me get posted on the link page today. Today is Friday, April 9th. We are having our end of the week concert. This is the second end of the week for the Foundation series. And so we need to post the link on our website, which is jollyrogerukulele.com, and enter, edit, settings, open a new window, update, and update. So that should get everybody rolling this way. That's in the wrong spot, I realize, so hold on just a second. Let me go take it off of that spot. Cut, scroll down here and put it in where it's supposed to go. Space, paste. Didn't carry the link over. Shift, link, enter, edit, settings, open a new window, update, and update. Goodness, that means we're starting late today. That's okay. We don't have that. We don't have an impossible amount of music to get through today. Ukulele, kick your fanny. Friday, F-R-I-D, exclamation point, space, and then we'll add on the picture, tweet. All right, so we've tweeted, we've posted. Oops, I forgot the website. Oh well. Not oh well. Let's get rid of this and try again. Delete. Go here, try tweet, shows up, kick your fanny, space, F-R-I-D-A-Y, and put the website on there. That's all that matters. https://jollyrogerukulele.com. Now we add the picture, photograph, graphic, and bloop. There's that. And there's that. Alright, so now Twitter is dead. Get rid of Twitter. And we got people rolling in. Good to see everybody. Make sure the link is working properly. I posted it in the wrong spot, guys. That's why you're like, what the heck, what is he doing? And I've been busy copying and pasting and printing and blah blah blah. Not printing, copying and pasting, doing everything incorrectly is what I've been doing. So looks like it's working fine now. All right, good. We're fine. You fine. We'll be fine. Next. All right. Hi everybody. Who's here today? Vic is in, sounding good. Eugene, 52 degrees and sunny up in Oregon. Okay. Oh, we got sunshine in Rockaway Beach too. Michelle and Vic are both under sunshine today. That's unusual. Usually one's one way and the other's the other way. They finally match. Linda, let's see, test time. If I don't blow. Oh, is it windy out there? Oh, we don't have wind here. I guess we are supposed to get some wind though, right, Linda? All right. Linda lives in Colorado Springs, south of here, a couple hours. Jan is in. Hey, Jan. Had to do the recorder lesson from yesterday. Yeah, I noticed, Jan. Here we are, lesson. What was it? Lesson 11 yesterday. What was it? Lesson 14, and you're always like, yeah, I don't need to go to class. I don't know. Is that how you run your academic career? Glad you're here, Jan. Mary is in. Sunny there. Mary has new strings on her baritone, so where she's rocking out with us. Rob made it in, 67, and rainy down in Texas. We say pitcher instead of picture. Yeah, my mother-in-law is from New Mexico, and she says pitcher as well. Let me see your pictures. Photographs. Use the right word. Oh, aren't words fun? Half of us have made a career messing around with words. Make a better bar. baritone players, sit out, enjoy the cacophony that is about to begin. You guys know I have recommended that you start every single day when you sit down with your ukulele, even if you do nothing else. Sit down and you don't even need your sheet music, right? You just sit down, you're like, oh gosh, it's the end of the day. Gary says I should practice every day. I'll probably ought to practice every day, but I'm exhausted from my day. Sit, grab your ukulele, run down your Make a Better bar and run back, and then you've put in your 1 minute a day and gotten that sense of accomplishment of doing things the way you're supposed to, right? Remember, thumb, index, middle, ring. I don't have a good view of me. Thumb, index, middle, ring. 50 miles an hour wind. Oh, jeez, Linda's getting blown away. Hold on, Linda. Thumb, index, middle, ring as we're going down, and then ring, middle, index, thumb. Coming back, you're going to find out next week why this is critical information. Okay, so this part is so important on your right hand, and then next week we're going to start tossing in a bar chord here or there, and you're going to feel like, okay, we've already done the bars, we're okay. Okay, so start at 0 from the top. Baritone players, just sit out. 1, 2, 3, 4. Here's measure fret 5. Change your pattern. Ring, middle, index, thumb. Okay. Power. That should make your hand hurt, right? And you're like, ow, that kind of hurts. Okay, that's good. That's good for you. Most of the time in music, we don't want you to have pain, but when you are doing an exercise like that, we want the pain in your hand, right? It wants to be the palm of your hand, the muscle around your thumb. We need that toughened up. And then, of course, the ends of your fingertips, a little bit of pain is normal. Now, I am getting this baritone ready for Elizabeth, who shows up in our next hour. And I has brand new strings on it yesterday. So when you get your new strings on your ukulele, you know that it's going to be out of tune for about a week. And so every time you pick it up, you got to tune it up again. And this was tuned up moments ago. Baritone players, let's do your Make a Better bar from the top. 1, 2, 3, 4. Change your pattern. Makes your left arm feel strong, right? Feel a little bit of pressure here. Most of my fatigue is right here in the palm of my hand. Ends of my fingers are a little bit like, ow, that kind of hurt. Okay, obviously right along here. These don't hurt because we didn't use them, but along here, and you will build up calluses on the ends of your fingernails. Or on the ends of your fingers, and that takes a little while. Luckily, with this, it's different than when we teach electric guitar to little boys. They don't have it. Really hurts, and I guess have I taught any electric guitar to any one little girl? Yeah, I don't teach a lot of electric guitar. I don't like it, but every now and then you get wrangled into it by some parent who's like, "You're the greatest teacher ever." All right, let's go do our major scales. What we want to do is let's do the ukulele one first, and then we will switch and we'll do the 3 baritone ones. So baritone players, you better get focused. We're gonna knock all 3 of yours out. So let's do the major scales for ukulele. Where is mine? It's not the one I'm looking for. Major scales, ukulele. There it is. All right. Again, the idea with scales is to arrange notes in a way that'll make them sound good together, and that is what we're doing here. For you guys, the big thing on playing a C scale on ukulele, make sure your index finger plays all the ones, your middle finger plays all the twos, and your ring finger plays all of the threes. Okay? We're going to start on the C note. We're going to go up to the high C note. We're going to turn right around immediately. We're not going to hit the C twice, and we're going to come back down. I want to play it 2 times through from the top, or like the bottom, depending on how you're looking at it. From your low C to your high C and back, we're going to do it twice. 1, 2, ready, play. Oh, 2, oh, 1, 3, oh, 2, 3, middle, open, ring, index, open, middle, open. Play it again. Oh, 2. Okay, that's what you want. You're trying to get it smooth, all of the notes equal length, all a nice clean tone out of those. And for those of you with prior musical experience, I know what you're thinking, and you're like, okay, I got to memorize these notes. C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. If you want to start saying those notes aloud as you play that, that's perfectly fine. It's one more way to learn those notes, but you probably aren't convinced yet, but you don't really need to know the names of all of these notes on your fretboard. You really don't. And it's not terrible if you end up working on that as an activity, but just know that that's coming from prior music knowledge where you're like, oh gosh, I got to know all of my notes and where they are on the instrument. You really do not. And in fact, with this instrument, because this instrument leads to other instruments. This instrument leads to baritone ukulele, and baritone ukulele leads to banjo ukulele, and banjo ukulele leads to regular banjo, and that leads you back to guitar, which you already threw it out because you said, I'm never playing that. And pretty soon those notes are all over the place on every fretboard, and you find out, you know what, I'm driving myself crazy trying to memorize all these fretboards, when really all I need to know is certain shapes and how they work on an instrument. So just be aware if you're one of those people who are like, nope, I definitely have to memorize all these notes. I get it, and I understand your thinking there, but you really don't. Okay, let's grab your baritones. We're going to play all 3 scales. Baritone players, we're going to play the G scale up and back, and then we're going to play the D scale up and back, then we're going to play the C scale up and back. Okay? Focus. 1, 2, ready, play. Oh, 2, oh, 1, 3. next scale. O, 2, pinky. 4, O, 2, O, 2, 3, 2, O, 2, O, pinky. 4, 2, O, last scale. 1, 3, O, 1, 3, slide up. 5, 7, 8, 7, 5, 3, 1, O, 3, 1. Okay, and for all y'all, the key is that I'm still using index, middle, ring, and pinky here. I saw that 4 coming up, I'm like, here's your pinky, because we have this tendency to want to grab it with our ring finger because it feels safer, but that pulls your hand out of positional playing. So just anytime you see a 4, make sure you're playing it with your pinky. Even though it feels super uncomfortable when you first start, eventually your pinky, just like all your other fingers, learns its job and it will obey. And you notice anything having 1, 2, 3, 4 was here. When I got to the 5 down there in the bottom scale, that C scale, then you slide up to 5th position, 5, 6, 7, and 8, and you get the 5, 7, and 8 just under your fingers. And then after we're done with the 5 again, slide back into 1st position. That's going to be a normal thing to do as you are working on more advanced melodies. You're going to play here, and then you're going to jump up here. Like, for example, next week we're going to play Yankee Doodle, and in Yankee Doodle, it makes sense to start that song in 3rd position of all things. So all of that stuff will be getting you'll be getting more and more comfortable with positional playing and plucking melodies out as we go through the next bunch of lessons. And so keep showing up. I promise it will make you a super awesome player. Mary says, good thing you warned me about the popping sound. It's scary. Yeah, when you put new strings on, now we don't have that happen on ukuleles, but on baritone, because this string is wound, it will, though the windings make a weird sound here on the bridge. Some ukuleles are worse than others, but it'll go pop, pop, pop as you're tightening it up, and you think you're breaking your ukulele. You're not. It's just that those windings are hopping up over the top of the saddle, and it can be a super scary thing. So playing ukulele is not for the weak. Let's put it that way. All right, we're going to skip strumming in the key of C because I want to save that till the end. Let's grab Spaghetti Monster, and let's grab ukulele version of that first. Baritone players, probably easiest just to sit out for a second. It won't sound that great trying to do this as an ensemble piece. The reason I say that is when we have oh dear, I've gotten it twisted again. This is never good. Alright, so let's see what happens here. I try to always take it off the same way and put it on the same way so I don't have to deal with this. And here again, it just happens. And then I can never use my spatial reasoning and figure out which way to go. Alright, there we go. Oh, that was pretty quick repair. Early on here, there are a handful of tunes we don't play in ensemble, that we don't play together with baritones. The rest of the series we do. Okay, but this is one of those songs where you're better off baritones just sitting out and then ukulele sitting out. So let's play a ukulele version of My Spaghetti Monster first. One time through, try to do the tough uke. 1, 2, ready, play. Oh, 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 strum, strum. Oh, 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 strum, strum. Oh, 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 strum, 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 strum. Rest stroke. 2, 3, 4. 1, oh, 2, oh, rest stroke. 1, oh, 2, oh, more time. Okay, from the top. 1, 2, ready, play. My spaghetti monster playing ukulele, flying through the rainbow with my heart. 2, 3, 4. Tasty marinara, yummy parmesan, with pastafarians. And now, normally we don't sing and play Tough Uke at the same time, but this song is, I've got it pretty solidly in my memory bank, and so I can get away with it. All right, so there's the ukulele version. Your thought is I ought to just go ahead and memorize this one, so when somebody asks me to play, when they find out I'm taking ukulele lessons, I can just play that for them. Then they're not going to sing along that way. That's the hard part of being a new musician, is people will always say, hey, play me something, and you don't have anything to play. If you do have anything, it'll be something that they can sing along with, and once they start singing, you feel like you got to keep up with them, and it's terrible. So have a song that they don't know, and then however you play it, you'll sound beautiful. From the top, baritone version of My Spaghetti Monster, 2 times through. 1, 2, ready, play. Oh, 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 strum, strum. Oh, 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 strum, strum. Oh, 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 strum, strum. Strum, strum, rest stroke, strum. Go. 1, 0, 2, 0, rest stroke. 1, 0, 2, 0, strum, strum. 1, 0, 2, 3, strum. To the top. 3, 4. My spaghetti monster playing ukulele, flying through the rainbows with my heart. 3, 4. Tasty yummy parmesan, whoops, we're pastafarians. There we go. I think it's the greatest song ever written. Yeah, no, Frere Jacques. Did I do this joke before? Frere Jacques first, Bohemian Rhapsody second, My Spaghetti Monster third. All right. Beethoven's Ninth, fourth. All right. Let's see. Mary says her new strap rocks. Yeah, guys, make sure you will see me fighting these straps all day long. As this type of music that you're playing, where you're using right hand and left hand, and sometimes not singing because the ukulele is doing all of the work, you really do need a strap over your instrument. And Mary when she brought in her baritone, she says, "Go ahead and put a real strap on." She had done what a lot of people do. They use the stick-on hook type things you get at Ace Hardware. Those are fine, but it's really just you drill a little pilot hole right in the end of your instrument, and you put on one of these buttons. Most straps come with the button in there. If it doesn't, you can just order one from. They come in a pack of 2 from Amazon. They're about $8, and put a metal strap on here, a metal button on here, and then a regular ukulele strap that Amazon has millions of them for about $15, and and then you tie this end on with the shoestring that comes with it, and you're all set. I still don't have this quite figured out here. Hold on. I'm going to get it right, you guys. I feel very committed to getting it right now. You will find some ukuleles will put a button here. They'll put one down here on this. Now let me tell you why they do that. On guitars, giant guitars, we will put those there, and it works. But on a ukulele, look how much small this body is, and all of a sudden you got this strap coming around. It feels like it's strangling you. It's a stupid place to put one, but they put it on there because guitar players can't stop thinking. They have no ability to not use their guitar brain, and so because you put one there on some guitars, you put that there on ukulele, and so you'll see some ukuleles with a button there, but it's a stupid place to put it. It just ends up strangling you. All right, so there's our discussion of straps. Rob says, I think that the first time I played without a mistake. So let's talk about that, right? You're going to make a ton of mistakes. It feels awesome when you get through a piece of music and you haven't made any mistakes and you're just like, I am the greatest ukulele player in the history of the world. I will tell you that perfection is probably not a goal you want to be overly obsessed about. When it happens, congratulations, right? It feels so good. But like crossword puzzles, if you do the whole crossword puzzle and you haven't made any mistakes, you're really not trying. You should make a few mistakes on a crossword puzzle. Same thing with ukulele. I feel like you're going to make some mistakes. It's not really about the mistakes. It's about how you react after the mistake. If you're like, yeah, that was a mistake, and just keep moving forward, that's a far more important musical thing. Yeah, every now and then, the Spaghetti Monster, for example, I made a mistake on when we were playing the baritone. I'm not going to lose any sleep over that. I played it perfectly on the ukulele, and so you're like, oh, okay, that feels really good. But obviously, as the music becomes more complex, you are going to make mistakes, probably on every single piece of music you ever play. The only people who don't make mistakes, and even they make mistakes, would be professionals who spend 4 or 5 hours every single day practicing their craft. They make far fewer mistakes than we do because they have everything memorized, and so they make a lot fewer mistakes. But if I've been in lots of orchestra rehearsals for various levels of orchestras, and mistakes are happening all of the time there. And those are, college-trained professionals. They make mistakes. You're going to make mistakes in music. It's part of the thing. And again, it's not about the mistake. Obviously, we want to minimize those. We want to play perfectly, and Rob gets a pat on the back for that. Rob's going to walk away. Rob's going to be walking down the hallway today just feeling all proud, right? And that's what we're after, but that's just not realistic. And so let yourself have those mistakes, and just how you respond to them afterwards is what's really going to matter for your long-term sanity. Is just right, make a mistake, keep moving forward. So anyway, congrats, Rob. It's really exciting. It does happen every once in a while when you when you do a Sunday crossword puzzle and you've made no mistakes. It took you 7 hours to get it done, but you did not make any mistakes. Then you're like, I should have done it in ink. Pretty safe, very protected from perfection. Rob's like, yeah, don't worry about it. That's why I announced it, is that I know what perfection feels like. And I just had it happen for the first time ever. All right, guys, beautiful. 3 blind mice, ukulele style. Baritone players, you get to jump in here, right? Baritone players, you're going to be on your C chord, which is shaped like that. Ukulele players, we're going to do our C chord like this. We're going to sing it, then we're going to pluck out the melody, then we're going to do the tough fugue. So first time through, I want everybody on chords. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Don't change any of that, right? Robin's like, I don't do perfection. Perfection is for others. And be honest, really, I know lots of pros, and they're like, yeah, make a mistake every single night. Make a mistake every single night. Make 10 mistakes every single night. They don't worry about it, right? Professional musicians, they know that's part of responding to your mistakes. What you do the moment after that mistake, that's what makes the difference between a competent musician and one that's less confident. When we're less confident, we make a mistake, we're like, oh shoot, stop, try to fix it, blah blah blah. Well, then you've just clumped up this whole mistake situation. Whereas more experienced musicians, Like, well, that's how I played that. Moving on. You'll see with me, I'm like, ugh, I make these weird faces and stuff, and that's not what we're supposed to do. We're supposed to just, yeah, it just happens, you know. I was playing with the guitar group last night, and I don't know how many mistakes I made, but man, I just forged my way through, you know, because you have to. You have to. It's a one-dimensional art form. It only exists in time. And so there we go. Three Blind Mice. I'm gonna play the melody. All y'all are on chords. 1, 2, 3, 4. Three blind mice strum. Three blind mice strum. See how they run. Strum. See how they run. They all. Strum. When I say strum, hopefully you're just doing the 4 beats per measure. That's exactly what we're working on and learning, is that it doesn't matter what's going on in the melody. Sometimes I have half notes, sometimes I have eighth notes, lots of times I have quarter notes, but you're not changing your beat pattern at all. When it comes to strumming, you are the drummer, and you want to just make sure to keep that steady. Okay, I'm going to do the strumming, and the baritone players are going to do strumming. Okay, the rest of y'all, all y'all, are going to play the melody. Okay, I will sing the melody notes, and your job is to play 0 2 0 0 2 0. Okay, let's give it a try. 1 2, ready, play. 0 2 0 0 2 0 3 1 1 0 3 1 1 0 3 3 3 2 0 2 3 3 3 3 3 3 3 2 0 2 3 3 3 3 3 3 2 0 2 3 3 3 3 1 0 2 0. Okay, so that's me keeping a steady beat. I'm serving as the chord player and the drummer at that point. Same with all of the baritone players are doing the same thing. And you're getting your melody notes in. And you noticed if you made a mistake, it didn't matter. We just kept moving forward. So you had to jump forward and not lose any sleep over that mistake. And so Robin and I are in good shape on that. All right. Now, let's talk about tough uke. Okay. With tough uke, baritones, again, you're going to stay on chords. Tough uke, we're going to slow it down just a little bit because it's a lot more complicated. You're still going to play exactly the same melody notes, but instead of picking them out one at a time, you're going to strum down with your thumb until you hit that melody note, and then you're going to rest on the string below it. Okay? Nice and slow. 1, 2, 3, 4. How are we doing? That's a big deal, because between My Spaghetti Monster and Three Blind Mice, which are both meant to get you started with chord and melody playing together at the same time. Those two pieces of sheet music are going to turn out to play a major role in the rest of your life with ukulele, because what you're really doing there now is finding a way to do all of the jobs that the orchestra would typically do. So if you go to a symphony, some people are playing melody and the rest of the people are playing chords or parts of a chord. And when you are go see a rock band, somebody's singing the melody and all of the rest of the band is playing some part of the chord. And then when you go see a great classical guitar player, they're doing the whole job at once. Same thing is what we're teaching you, is to do the entire job all at once. All right, baritones. Okay, let's grab your piece of music, and I'm going to pull it up and make sure that I'm not lying here. Three Blind Mice baritone, and ukulele player. This is your G shape here, so you're going to give us 4 beats per measure. Okay, and baritone players, let's do just the melody first, and then we'll come right back and we'll do the tough. Okay, from the top, 1, 2, 3, 4. Strum, strum, strum. Beautiful. Let's go right back up to the top. Tough uke. Same exact melody positions. Just drag your thumb down. 1, 2, ready, play. Strum. Strum. One of the things you notice on baritone, you've got these metal strings here. They tend to ring louder and longer than on a ukulele, and so at some point it starts to feel like you just is just kind of blah hanging around. And as we get more into more advanced music, that will tend to go away because the chording starts changing a lot. But on this particular song, it starts to feel like these two strings are just like, I'm going to get in your way, you know, this really frustrating amount of sound. All right, Three Blind Mice. So if any of that, if you're struggling with either My Spaghetti Monster or Three Blind Mice, spend a little bit of time on it this weekend, because starting next week, and I'm going to pull this up over in another window just to make sure I know what I'm talking about, we start diving into more complex chord melody arrangements, and the thing that we want to make sure that you feel comfortable with is, hey, I at least understand the concept. I'm not necessarily good at it yet, but I understand that we're taking some chords, we're taking some melody, we're squishing them together. Because next week, Brahms Lullaby, Yankee Doodle, and Amazing Grace are all three set up to play exactly like this. The difference will be is that we're going to add in extra chords, and so you're going to be doing a lot of finger dancing over here. And then we're also going to be teaching you. We already are feeling pretty comfy with this thumb. We're doing a little bit of work with picking and arpeggios, and we will be doing a lot of work with that on. Looks like that'll happen on Wednesday with the key of C arpeggio. So we're going to be doing a whole lot more work with this hand as well. This is what we do in fingerstyle ukulele or classical ukulele or whatever you want to call it. We're playing a lot of different shapes and a lot of different postures over here, and a whole lot of it. We're going to do everything possible with this hand to get more interesting sounds out of your ukulele and that. So beautiful. All right, let's go grab your ensemble key of C strummers, and we're going to play Kookaburra. Okay, I like Kookaburra because it's going to give you all 4 of the chords that we need, and again, these are if you were taking if you were in Hawaii and you're like, come down to the lobby and come take this little ukulele class. This is exactly what they would teach you. Okay. They'll probably give you some Hawaiian song rather than Kookaburra, but the same. The purpose of it will be you'll get you so excited about owning a ukulele that you will. All right. Ukulele players, your C chord, your A minor, your F chord, and your G7. Notice G7 is a little easier than G. Getting your G chord on is quite a lot of work. G7, a lot of times coming out of F chord, you just rotate around to get that. Okay. Baritone players, your C chord is here. Dun, 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 dun. Your A minor chord, you're just adding your ring finger underneath there. Your F chord is a bummer, bar, E shape in front. Okay. Thank goodness we've been working on bar chords. Okay. And then your G7 is the easiest one. Okay, is right there. All right. We're going to play all 5 verses. Okay. I'm going to go pretty slow. Those of you who are Girl Scouts, you probably know this song. Those of you who are not Girl Scouts have never heard of this song. I don't know what it is. From the top, not fast. If you want to strum, that's fine. If you want to take these 4 fingers and pluck, that's fine. I'm going to be doing different things as we go down through there, trying to find the optimum way of doing this. I do want to tell you, I think one of the greatest songs, one of the greatest lyrics ever written in all of music is sitting in measure 3. It says, stop, Kookaburra, stop, Kookaburra, that's not a monkey, that's me. If I had written that line, I would just drop my pen and I would never write another song ever in my life. That is brilliant. Here we go, from the top. Let me do the little intro and then you guys will jump in. Here we go. Kookaburra sits in the old gum tree. Merry, merry king of the bush is he. Laugh, Kookaburra, laugh, Kookaburra, gay your life must be. Kookaburra sits in the old gum tree, eating all the gumdrops that he can see. Stop, Kookaburra, stop, Kookaburra, leave some there for me. Kookaburra sits in the old gum tree, chasing all the monkeys that he can see. Stop, Kookaburra, stop, Kookaburra, that's not a monkey, that's me too. Kookaburra sits in a rusty nail, gets a boo-boo on his tail. Cry, Kookaburra, cry, Kookaburra, how life can be. Kookaburra sits in an old gum tree, merry, merry king of the bush is he. Laugh, Kookaburra, laugh, Kookaburra, gay your life must be. And I put bum bum. Usually we strum with kids. I always strum this bum blum blum through the whole thing, and it sounds pretty cool. So you get a sense of where you're struggling, where the chords that are going well and the chords that are not going quite so well, and then you want to practice that, right? So on your own, you don't feel like, oh, I can't do this. No, you just need to practice it a little bit more. When you're new to chord playing, it is pretty challenging, and that's why I still don't understand why everybody starts with chords on ukulele. It's just nuts. Too hard. Let's go play with This Little Light of Mine. I'm switching to baritone, but you guys continue with hanging on to your chords. This Little Light of Mine. 1, 2, ready, play. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine. Let it shine. Let it just shine. Let's do it again. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Okay, so there's that. Okay, so you're finding out if any of these chords are tough for you. And then what time is it? It's done. We're done. We're over time. That's it. That's all you get. Hope you guys made it through your second Kick Your Fanny Friday concert and without being too beat up. And next week we dive heavy into tough uke, and we're going to continue to pull in more work on the C chord, A minor chord, F chord, and G chord. We spend most of next week working on that, and then on Thursday we will bring in a couple of new chords to start looking at what the key of G looks like. So hopefully you're hanging in there. This is tough stuff, you guys. I throw the kitchen sink at you in this 6-week program, and don't get discouraged, right? You keep showing up. That will make the difference between whether you're able to play ukulele or whether ukulele ends up in the closet, is your willingness to show up. And so hopefully that's making some sense with most of what I said. and again, give yourself permission to fail a whole bunch when you're learning music, because, well, I've been doing it 20-30 years now, and I'm still failing every day. And so that's something you'll get used to that feeling. All right, Pam, good to see you. Mary, smiley face, that makes me happy. Jan, good, you are welcome. Glad you are here today instead of goofing off. Vic, lots of fun. This is great stuff, right? Michelle, thank you. This was fabulous. Really enjoyed. Yay! And Nancy from sunny Florida, 85 degrees. Nancy's officially into summer at this point down there, and we are all working at getting out of winter around here. So we're going to have snow on Tuesday, Nancy. Thanks for rubbing it in. And I'll see all you guys, some of you guys next hour for cowboy music, and then the rest of you guys I'll see on Monday. Have a wonderful weekend. If you have to practice, if you're thinking, you know what, I should work on something, My Spaghetti Monster, Three Blind Mice. And Mary says, I fail at F. Yeah, F is the hard. People quit guitar over that exact shape, Mary. So the difference will be between you and them is that you're going to keep going. That F chord is super hard on baritone, and ukulele players have it coming when we get to the key of F. Their ugly B flat shape shows up. So they'll be dealing with your heartaches soon enough. So have a great weekend, Rob. Good to see you, bud. Linda, thanks for being here. Pam, It's so good for life. Ukulele is just this gateway drug to the rest of music, and honestly, all of just sitting down knowing this is a mathematical activity that has an artistic side to it, it's good for you. It really is. So I'll see all you guys on Monday. Have a great weekend.